Air flies past at about 120 miles per hour. My adrenaline is pumping. The earth is like a map. Seems like forever as the force of gravity pulls me towards the sandy white beaches of Byron Bay. Parachute opens. I feel the canvas pull me up towards the clouds. As the experience comes to rest, I realize this is just the beginning of an awesome adventure. This is one of the many incredible experiences I had on my travel to the land down under. Today you're going to get an insider's guide for sights to see and activities the whole family can enjoy. My trip to Australia wasn't really planned out, but it fell into place quite surprisingly. I recommend doing a little research and advanced booking for people with family. But the single folks, you just wing it. I had an unforgettable experience and I had a good time exploring Australia for 2 weeks. And now you're going to as well. Today I'm going to provide you with gems of information that will guarantee you an incredible experience and leave you with numerous options of activities and must-see locations. We're going to start off with the geography of Australia as well as a little background, just so you know the layout of the land. All my information comes from the CIA. Yes, that's the Central Intelligence Agency, which is an independent U.S. government agency responsible for providing national security intelligence to senior U.S. policymakers. So you know my information is legit. Australia was first inhabited by Aboriginal settlers 40,000 years before the first European exploration began in the 17th century. No formal claims were made until 1770 when Captain James Cook took possession in the name of Great Britain. There were 6 colonies created. They were federated and became known as Commonwealth of Australia in 1901. Some of the concerns currently in Australia are climate change, frequent droughts, and the management and conservation of the coastal areas, especially the Great Barrier Reef. Australia is the world's smallest continent but the 6th largest country. It's slightly smaller than the US, and the CIA estimates Australia has 7,682,000 square kilometers of land and about 60,000 square kilometers of water. So a canoe won't get you very far if you guys want to travel by boat. The terrain is mostly low plateau with deserts. The oceanic continent is between the Indian Ocean and the South Pacific Ocean. There are a couple ways to travel though. In this rugged terrain, it's actually quite large. I found that out the hard way. So flying is an option that I recommend. It's extremely easy to hop on the internet and grab a flight anywhere in Australia. They have internet cafes all over the place, so you can find a flight pretty easily. Renting a car is also not unnatural though, if you have time to drive. Or you can take the train, which is simple and convenient. You won't have to take the chance of hitting a kangaroo, which is quite common. So I recommend insurance if you get a car. So now you know a little background as well as the layout of the land and some simple ways to travel. Let's dive into all the activities Australia has to offer. It has an abundant amount of extreme activities. Some of them are skydiving, paragliding, jet fighter flights, rally driving, and karting, among other things. The jet fighter flights are quite rare because there's only 4 countries in the world that offer this experience. That's why you've chosen to take this trip in the first place. You get to choose your aircraft, mission, and base you're flying out of. You can strap yourself into a BAC-167 Strikemaster Mk-88 or L-39 Albatross. You experience the sheer rush as you reach speeds up to 800 kilometers an hour at 4 Gs as your pilot takes you through a range of military combat maneuvers. All missions range from 20 to 30 minutes in length and it's about $3,200 US per person. But if you want to relax, I suggest deep sea fishing, boating, guided tours, scuba diving, snorkeling, surfing, or just take a walkabout. Walkabout is a rite of passage which a male Australian Aborigine takes a journey for about 6 months in the wilderness. Or you can just take my version of the walkabout, which just means walk around and check out the culture for a couple hours. So activities list is complete. Now you need a place to enjoy yourself. Australia is filled with amazing landmarks and must-see sites, but you can't see it all in one trip, so you have to hit the most important sites when you first visit. So now I'm going to release to you the most important sites for you to visit. Sydney, Australia is one of the first ones. It hosts the Opera House, one of the most recognizable landmarks in Australia, and also has some of the most famous beaches, Bondi, Bronte, Cogney, and Cronulla. You can also take the ferry to check out Taronga Zoo, where all the kangaroos, giraffes, koalas, and exotic animals like to hang out and laze around. One of the shows I went to had a California seal there they like to use as an example to show visitors what the American accent sounds like. It's quite amusing. Next is Brisbane. It's one of Australia's 3rd largest cities and home of the Gold Coast Surfers Paradise. It has amazing surfing and unbeatable nightlife for the single folks. The city has rich culture known for its fine arts and exotic establishments. They have a variety of places to eat in the city of Brisbane, such as Chinese, Thai, Turkish, Indian, pretty much anything you can think of. Some restaurants even serve kangaroo for all of those who are interested in what those little buggers taste like. Finally, the last landmarks to check out as you come to the middle/end of your trip would be Cairns, Townsville, Port Douglas, and Darwin. All are good places to check out the famous Great Barrier Reef. Doesn't matter which city you stay in. I recommend Port Douglas, but Each place provides more than adequate trips that take you out to the Great Barrier Reef for a whole day of scuba diving and snorkeling. Last is Darwin, for all you nature seekers out there. But if you like civilization, they also have nice hotels and beaches to check out. Things to do in Darwin would be visiting the Mindale Beach Market, which draws a large crowd. The market boasts up to 60 food stalls featuring cuisine from Turkey, Greece, Lanka, South America, North Africa, India, and all over Southeast Asia. Stalls include masseurs, tarot readers, leather workers, artists, tailors, and jewelers. But if you're not going to the market, you can just have dinner at the Darwin Wharf Precinct, or plan a trip to the Litchfield National Park, or you can go fishing at the Darwin Harbor or one of the many local rivers. They also offer nature rides and bushwalking tours you can take, which are an experience. All booking can be done through the hotel or just walk down the internet cafe. So, as you can see, Australia is a small continent but a large place to travel. Fortunately, you know what type of transportation they have to offer and how easy it is to travel. Hopefully you can make better arrangements than I did with the information I gave you of activities and must-see landmarks, such as the Great Barrier Reef or the Sydney Opera House. Life is short and the world is large, so make the best of it and visit the most unique and interesting places you can see. If I were you, I would start in Australia.